So when I got to California 25 years ago, I said, hey, it's time for me to embark on my education again. You know, and it took me about 10 years. So I said, I don't have a GED, I don't have a diploma, but I want to go to college. And so I went to apply, and I found out that you didn't have to have a diploma to go to college. And I said, wow, you don't have to have a diploma to go to college, I'm going, you know. And so I applied for school, and I had to take the assessment. So I passed the assessment, but it was a low score, so I had to go and challenge the English portion of it, and I did that. But I challenged, I took the test, and I passed, and they let me in. But it was still a struggle. I still, you know, I would write numbers. If you gave me a number, I would write it down completely wrong. Or if I was reading something, you would say, I would read it a total different way than another person would read it. I was like, something is not right. Something, you know, I can't, I don't know what's, it's just unbalanced for me. So I went into the testing for, in college to test you if you had a learning disability. So I went in and I said, hey, something is not right. I have, you know, my retention, I can't hold. If I read something, it's like wiped away immediately. I have to go back and read it, one paragraph 10 times to really get it, and that kind of thing. And so they tested me, and I tested that I have dyslexia, and also on top of that, the learning disability of all that goes with it. So it was kind of a aha, like, whoa, okay, I can place my learning disability with something that's like, oh, wow. And I started looking at the people that was in that office that I took the test for, like Whoopi Goldberg, Einstein, these people that had dyslexia, that learned, that went on ahead and got, you know, that were brilliant people. And I was like, wow, look at all these people that suffer with the same thing that I struggle with, you know, and at that point I said, I'm great too, I can do something, I can get my learning disability, I just need the tools, give me the tools. And they gave me the tools. So, but even in that, I still had the shame around being uncertain if I was putting the sentence right, or the comma right, or if I was I speaking and using the words that should be used in that content. So the shame of that continued, and so I said, okay, when I was in school, I said, I want to do something that I've always loved to do, which was cooking. So I said, okay, if I can start cooking and doing, when I get in the kitchen, it's just like, wow, I'm in a zone, right? I love to cook. So I told my brothers and my children that I wanted to start a business. And they said, okay, well, you know, your job, you're working, and you can't just quit your job and start a business. Who's going to buy your food? Who's going to, you know, and I said, well, you know, I have to step out in faith. I have to believe in myself. I have to trust that I have the ability to do it. I have to trust that my gift, which is cooking, that if I put it out there, that I cook with love and the compassion that I have in it, that it'll flow through the palates of whomever tastes my food. So I began to start doing cooking, and I would cook for anybody. You want me to cook for you? I'll cook for you. You want me to You know, anybody that would want to eat, I would cook up and take it over. And people, I cooked for my brothers. He said, "Oh, I'm having a party, so you can cook for my party." And I said, "Okay, how many people?" And I would get down and I would do the math, and and I would do my menu, and then I would go over to 10 people's house to check to see if I wrote it down right. Do I have any misspelled words? Is the comma right? Is the period right? Is this right? Okay, should I have a capital A there or a small a here? Or what, is it right? So, and that gave me, I was like, wow, people will help you if you just, the shame of staying back and putting that up where you just stay in your four dimensions of your mind that, this shame has buried me. I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel that way anymore. So I cooked for my brother's party, and one of the hors d'oeuvres that I cooked was quiche. And he said, "Wow, the party was a hit. Everybody loved it, and they loved the food, but they really loved that other stuff you made, the spinach stuff you made." And I was like, "The quiche?" And he was like, "Yeah, they loved it." And he said, "And one of the people were there wants you to come in and present to them." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't, I'm just starting out, just cooking for friends and family. I don't know anything about the industry or the food industry." So he said, "I'm going to give you his name and number, and you call him, and he wants you to come in and present." He didn't tell me anything about where I was going to present, this kind of thing. So I called the guy, and I got his voicemail. And the voicemail said, "I'm a buyer from Costco." And I said, "What? Who is this?" Wow, and so I called the guy back, and he said, "Your quiche was delicious, and we would like you to come in and present to us." At this point, I don't know nothing about a packaging label. I don't know nothing about food and nutritional. I just cooked. That's all I was doing, was cooking. So I said to myself, do I let this opportunity pass? Or do I stand in my confidence? And do I take this and say, okay, I can present here and get the education that I need? So I did that, and of course, my T's was not crossed and my I's was not dotted. But they gave me what I needed to go back and do the homework. And I said, there's no way that I can run a company successfully without knowing how to confidently read, confidently write, confidently proofread the things that I need to proofread for myself. So I started searching out for literacy programs. And I went to Captain Valley, I went to San Leandro, I went to Oakland, I went to Vallejo, and I met all the literacy program not directors, but people that worked in the literacy program, and I was interviewing them to get a feel, to say that I don't want the cloakroom teacher. I know that. So I need to look and connect with someone that didn't give me that feeling, that impression, because that I will never forget. And I started my interviewing, and I went into the Berkeley Reads, and I called, actually, while I was finishing up the interview at Vallejo. I was at the Vallejo Library. So I got on the phone and I said, well, let me call Berkeley while I'm here. Because this one I don't know. So I called the library, Berkeley, and I got Linda on the phone. And immediately, as I told her my story, her energy her, it just drew me to say, this is where I want to be. That's where, and even if I have to travel a little bit, that's nothing. I used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go way across town. What is a little travel time to get with someone that I can feel accepted? Bottom. And so I called her and I said, okay, I'll be there. Her energy was great, and I'm so happy to be at Berkeley Reads. I am so happy to have a place where I can go in and get all the knowledge that I need, the confidence that I need on the level of going out doing a presentation or sitting down with someone that's on the level that I need to have that experience. So I'm really so excited to be here today to present, and I'm so absolutely excited and thankful for Berkeley.